I'm Andy Bush, political and financial strategist and host of the Engage radio show. Key point, Rauner will attempt to make major changes to business taxes via lowering the rate and broadening the base. Illinois voters went to the polls on Tuesday and decided to vote in Republican Bruce Rauner as their new governor. So what does this mean for business? First, it means the policies that have been put in place by Governor Quinn, Speaker of the House Michael Madigan, and Senate President John Cullerton will be under review for change. There are changes that will need to be made very quickly over business tax policy to deal with the state's shortfall on pensions and overdue bills. In 2011, under Governor Quinn, Madigan, and Cullerton, they raised Illinois business taxes from 4.8% to 7%, along with raising the individual tax rate to generate around $32 billion in new revenues for the state. The problem is that this was a temporary tax hike and sunsets in 2015. During the campaign, Rauner announced plans to reduce the overall tax rate for businesses, but broaden the base as well, as he promised to reduce the business tax back to the original rate of 4.8% over 4 years. However, Rauner wants to include 32 more business services to be taxed, like advertising agencies and lawyers. Now, Rauner has several other proposals he'd like to get approved. First, a phased-in hike in the minimum wage from $8.25 to about $10 an hour. Now, clearly, this will impact retailers, restaurants, hotels in the state, as well as construction, healthcare, support, and maintenance occupation. Next, he wants to end the current EDGE tax credit program. Then he wants to implement a new limited income tax credit via higher income tax revenues generated from the new hires or retained jobs. Now, without the $1 million capital requirement. Also, Rauner wants a manufacturer's purchase tax credit for about 50% of the state's sales tax. And finally, he wants to make permanent the R&D tax credit to align it with the federal tax credit. Rauner also is in favor of creating right-to-work zones that allow local communities to decide whether workers must join a union. Now, while this would provide some tax law certainty and higher revenues for the state to deal with their fiscal issues, the problem is the uncertainty over how Illinois will resolve the pensions. Clearly, that's going to keep the possibility of further tax hikes on the agenda and really discourage business formation in the state. So wrapping this up, a Rauner victory mainly means that there will be attempts to change the past policies of Quinn, Madigan, and Cullerton. The big question is, can Rauner work with Madigan and Cullerton to solve the big challenge the state has over unfunded pensions? I'm Andy Bush. Thanks for watching this MB Financial Election Update.